Meet India's most elusive superstar who finally steps out to talk about his new project, Kites. Can you tell us why you've been so away from all the attention that a star generally gets?
I don't know. I think I have a problem. I don't have that talent. I can't multitask well.
Okay.
As in, if I'm doing one thing in my life, then I need to concentrate on it completely. I don't take calls, and even my dad sometimes gets really annoyed because he has to call my driver up in case there's an emergency and somebody needs to get through to me. When I'm on the set, I don't deal with the outside world at all, and it's not the right way to do things. I have to sort of grow up in that regard. But I enjoy it like this. I mean, that's what I need to do it well. And I know it pisses off a lot of people, especially the media, because I go into this one hole and I spend like two years there until my film is ready. And also I don't feel the need to constantly be in the news for no rhyme or reason at all.
Which brings me to the key point that perhaps rather than being upset with you, the media probably wonders, because today is a day and age when everybody is everywhere, right, on every medium.
Exactly.
And you choose to be.
It's a closer world, and I have all the journalists have my phone number, and they send me SMSs or they call me up and I don't reply and all that, so it really pisses them off. So I guess one section of the media goes a little insane because it hurts the ego a little bit. So finally they're like, all right, fine, you don't want to talk, okay, I hear this, one kick. They sort of try and instigate you and try and provoke you to come out of that shell. But I mean, I can't really bother, I can't.
But since you look at it as instigation, have you been upset with the media
No, I'm not.
Not at all?
Never, because I understand how it works. And they have tried to sort of attack me personally. They've attacked my film. And all that, but I knew that there are only two things that the people can say. They can either say the truth, or they can say lies. If it's the truth, it's the truth. I don't need to react. And if it's lies, it's lies. I don't need to react.
Either ways, that's what you believe in.
It's just simple. I mean, that's what's wrong with the world. People get provoked very, very easily, and that's what causes all kinds of wars in this world. You don't. I'll give you an example. It's like I'm walking with my dad, right? When I was like 14 years old, say, for instance, and we are in a crowded place, and someone from the crowd shouts that "Arey uska baap to taklu hai."
Oh, yeah.
Why? Oh, yeah. Wait. That's what I don't understand. He is calling my dad bald, right? Normally, you would expect the son to go "Farak."
Yeah.
But I say, what? Why? That's so silly. You're only getting provoked. He is saying that my father's bald. I look at my father. I say, yeah, I like him like this. He is a taklu, and he looks fantastic. He's never looked better than this ever in his life. I look back and I say, yeah, it's fine, and move on.
Coming back to Kites, I mean, 2 years the film's taken to make. I'm assuming, knowing your quality of body of work, this one is going to be an outstanding project. Have you seen the film?
Yes.
Is it an outstanding project?
I don't know. Outstanding, I don't know. There are a lot of ways you can categorize success. For me, it's my most successful film already, because I think I've crossed a line. I've sort of been picked up from my little pond where I could do all my good things and sort of know, okay, this works here, so I'm going to continue doing that, and I know how to face the camera. I've done the dhooms and I know all that. And suddenly I was plucked out of that comfort zone by Anurag Basu, and been told that I don't want all that. That's all crap. I don't want all that. I don't want you to do what you know you're good at. He said there is something inside you that you're afraid of, and that's what I want to see. I want to see your weaknesses now. I need this film to not be contrived or influenced by commercial factors, like dialogues. I mean, there's nothing in the film where you go, "Wah, kya dialogue tha yaar," because there is no dialogue. Because there's no dialogues in real life. You just talk normally. So that's the attempt of this film. It's a very, very honest film. Very simple, sweet, honest love story. And which is why it was very scary for me, because if you see all my films, I've been very excited about doing larger than life characters and stuff that challenged me the most. But I didn't realize that this was the biggest challenge, is to unlearn all that, not care about the camera or your hair or your clothes, or just come out of a shot and not know what you've done because you've just lived it honestly. And that's something that was the attempt of this film. And thankfully, I feel very, very lucky that we had an actor like Barbara, because that's the exact same school that she comes from. So Anurag Basu was in that same school of thought. Barbara was already, approaching her work in that regard. I was the odd one out. Even Kangana, she's not a city girl. She's this mountain girl. She has this abandon about her. She's got the spirit. So she's also very spontaneous. And here I was, I said, okay, how do I do this? I have to stop watching myself, or stop, just let's have fun. And it was purely gaining access to the part of you that just loves the art, and have faith in the director that if you fall, then he'll be there to check on you. So I had complete faith in my director, and that's the biggest high an actor can have, is to be secure in that regard.
Por supuesto que no he robado antes. Es mi primera vez.
Spanish बोल के मेरा दिमाग खराब कर दिया.
Everybody down! 1 million.
What's wrong with you? What, you want to rob the bank?
Anurag Basu draws out the best from his actors. His camera also has a very,
Yeah, but he's crazy. I mean, after the first 1 week of shooting, I was really upset. I was really, really upset, because I went up to him and I said, Anurag, are you even watching me? Are you okay? Am I doing okay? Because I'm not saying anything to me. So he said, that's why I'm not saying anything to you, because you're doing okay. So I was like, okay. So, the way he works is that he is not looking for a performance. He's not looking at playing to the gallery. So there's no, that's a shot, man. My God, they're going to look at this and they're going to go crazy. What an expression. See those eyes, and no, it's just real. This is just, we're playing a part. We're playing a life. The character is being brought to life, and he's played out a moment. There's nothing to cheer about that. There's nothing to clap about that. It's just real. If you're not real, he'll ask you to just feel it more, and wait for you to just get comfortable and get into the zone. And sometimes, I mean, we were so spontaneous that we never followed the dialogues. The dialogue sheet was just thrown out the window. And he said, okay, this is the point A, this is where you have to start, and this is point B, this is where the scene ends. How you get from point A to point B is your problem. And that's what it did, was that every single shot that we took, every take was different than the previous one, because we were just, going with the flow. Extempo.
But that also means that all the reports that emerged, there were lots of disagreements on set, a lot of creative differences. Was there any truth to that, considering you were from two different
First of all, I want to ask, what is wrong with that?
Nothing. That's exactly what I'm saying.
How can you have 4 heads working on a project, right? And not have 4 of them have different suggestions at different points of time, and attempt to convince the other people of the team that I think this is the one we should go with. I mean, that's been happening with me and my dad since my first film. And we have a system in place which just is in place because that's how the kind of people that we are. We work without egos. And it's not about my thought and his thought. It's about the thought. It's about what thought is best to achieve the goal that we both want, which is a better film. And the moment you convince the other person, or get convinced, you're absolutely passionate about doing it that way, because you agreed and you believe that that's the best way to go about it. So, I mean, every single film, I mean, this is something that people ask all actors, all filmmakers, all directors, these are just staple questions, and I think we should stop asking questions like this, and because the people should now get bored of this. They'd be bored of this, because I mean the same questions. It's
when it comes to you, perhaps they're not bored of anything that comes out of a set. But you've also you've learned half a language. I mean, you've picked up Spanish for the film, and you're working with an actress, Barbara, who's not at all from our school of cinema. So was that a very refreshing experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm very, as I said, very lucky to have had an opportunity like this, to have you know, entered somebody else's headspace about, you know, what this work is about. All the actors who we worked, all the technicians that we worked with from the West, everybody's you know, approach was so refreshing, you know, and it was so energizing, and it just filled me up. It was enlightening. I think that's the right word. You know, I'm an enlightened man now.
After Kites, so what is the one day from set that you remember the most? One incident that stayed with you the most?
Oh, my memory is, you know, it sucks, but I can't remember a particular interesting enough story just like that. But every day was incredible. Every day was. Every day was so challenging that it made my heart beat faster, and every day was satisfying because we accepted a challenge every single day and accomplished it. So I could sleep well at night.